العالمين أبي القاسم محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. قال الله تعالى في كتابه المجيد: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فجاءته إحداهن تمشي على استحياء قالت إن أبي يدعوك ليجزيك أجر ما سقيتنا. قالت إن أبي يدعوك ليجزيك أجر ما سقيت لنا. فلما جاءه وقص عليه القصص قال لا تخف نجوت من القوم الظالمين. قالت يا أبت استأجره إن خير من استأجرت القوي الأمين. إن خير من استأجرت القوي الأمين. صدق الله العلي العظيم. العفة والحياء. Two words in the Islamic teaching relate to the personality of the Muslim and Muslimah. Very important. The dignity and the modesty and nobility. Islam elaborates and insists about this characteristic in the personality of the Muslim very much, and has been mentioned in Quran in different story. When you read قل للمؤمنين يغضوا من أبصارهم, tell the mu'mineen to cast down their sight. قل للمؤمنات يغضبن من أبصارهن ولا يبدين زينتهن, they have not to show their ornaments, their jewelries. وليضربن بخمرهن وقرن في بيوتكن ولا تبرجن تبرج الجاهلية الأولى. Stay at home and don't show yourself as the people in Jahiliyyah they are doing. All these ayat is related to the dignity and the modesty. When we mention this word, usually people they think this word is related to the woman, the dignity of the woman, the modesty of the woman. But actually it's not only for women, for a man also. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he said وَقَرْنَ, when he said قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ, say to the mu'mineen, He said قل للمؤمنات, for both of them, يغضبن من أبصارهن, يغضوا من أبصارهم. People, of course, because of the environments, the tradition and habit of society, the teaching in the school, in the work, the relationship between the people, especially in the non-Muslim country and non-Muslim society, they, by the time they lose their dignity and their modesty. But it's still inside there. But he tried to encourage himself, or she tried to encourage herself to get out of this situation. You see the children, when they notice or when they hear the first time the new word for them, they will ask, what is the meaning of this word? They will tell them. And who's teaching them usually? Teacher or their brothers and sisters or their parents. They taught them all the names of the parts of the body, and they tried to use the different name for the special part. They didn't give them the same name, just for them not to use it, because the children, they don't have control on the word. They like to say it every time. Even they call it for your special part, back, front, whatever, just to not to give them. And many children, they get old if they didn't hear it in the school or from their friends or in any other people. They will take the same word every time until they get old with the same word. Even some of them, they don't know the other words. This is some type of dignity. So what I want to start, I want to say that the dignity, first of all, it is inside of the people. Because they have, if they show up all their body, they have to keep and hide and cover their special part. And when they taught the children, also they didn't tell them. So children, they come by teaching or by their nature. They have their dignity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He guide the people, He direct them, and He warn them. Especially the word itself, when you go to the ahkam, you say it is haram to say the bad word. Any type of word, it's fuhsh or munkar. It is haram to say it, whether by joke or by abusing some person or in any way. Haram to say it. يحرم التلفظ بما يستقبح التصريح به. When the word is qabih, to mention it. The children will learn this from the family. So there is levels of how to create or to encourage the dignity with the personality of the child. And it is really the immunity of the person in the future. Is a protection for the children when they get old. They will not feel happy to hear the bad word, and they will not say it, and they will reject any type of action from the people when they saw them they are doing anything wrong. So that you see the children, sometimes they run to their parents to tell them, this child, he did so and so, and they know it's wrong. And of course, Parents has a very big influence in this. How it starts? When we speak about the dignity, we cannot start with the husband and wife. We cannot start with the teenagers. We cannot start with the children who start going to school. We start with the children from the first age. Before this century, even you take 50 years, 100 years out and you go back 100 years, you will see that, look to the pictures in the history of America or Europe and anywhere. People used to have beard. Ladies used to wear a very long sleeve, very long dress. And in every country, in the National Museum, you will see the type of dresses 100 years before or less than 100 years. So all the people in the world, they used to have this type, and there is no problem. There is only a few numbers of those ladies or men, they lost their dignity, and because of many reasons, poorness, to break the rule of the people, no teaching, they become very famous as a bad people, and nobody wants to touch with them. In every society, if there is any bad family or person or house, usually people, they make a case, complain against them, and they ask them to leave the neighborhood. They didn't allow them to stay. So how it starts? When we agree, we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He created the humankind. He created him with his dignity, but in the same time He gave him his desire, his hawa. Shaitan is there, but he himself, if he is a religious person, he's not going to do anything that Allah does not agree with him. He prevents him to do it. He himself, he rejects it because he's not used with it unless somebody teach him. So when we start from very beginning, there is no one doesn't have his dignity in this world. There is no one he doesn't have his modesty in this world. But how it starts? It starts when the parents, they don't care about the children. Listen to the ahadith. It is makruh for the parents to be naked, not without anything. Even they cover their special part. It's makruh to be in front of the child who's nursing from his mother, not child 5-6 years old. No, even the small child. Not necessary to see his parent or her parents. 1 month, even 1 month old, in that age, the parents should not appear naked in front of the child. Of course, without anything, it's haram. That one. They said, what's haram? As they said in Arabic, it is not nazar muhtaram. He's not mature to understand. He's not the person that he recognizes and he knows. He's not mumayyiz to know which one is beautiful or what is this and what is that. He said because this will encourage the parents first to continue in front of any child. 1 month, what's wrong with 2 months? 2 months, what's wrong with 1 year? And then we'll take it until 5, 6, 7 years. We'll take it easy. But when the children or the parents, they take this dignity with their personality, the parents, they take this dignity with their personality, they will not transfer it to the children. They said the child himself, the picture, whatever he saw, the picture will stay in his mind. They said any picture, you will see it religiously They said in the day of judgment, this picture, you will see yourself. There is a video, film, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is a super video that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He took this picture. You will see yourself in the day of judgment, how you were here in this night, the Thursday night in Ramadan, the last Thursday night, and you joined the program, you joined the Jama'ah prayer. This picture is there. Allah will keep everything in the afir, they said in the afir, and in His knowledge. But the science now, they said any picture also, it is there, it can be prepared. Whatever they said is true or not, this is what they said. Anyway, we didn't need to approve the religion thought by the science and discovery of the science. But Islam says, in a hadith, it said the picture stay in the eyes. What is the eyes? You see, sometimes you saw the person you don't know him, you never see him before, but you think that I have seen him before. Where I don't know. Maybe you saw in a dream. Picture is there. Maybe you saw one person, he's look like to him, he's similar to him, and you think you connect between two pictures. So the picture stay in your mind. When you saw any view, when you travel somewhere, return back, you will describe the picture and the view for your family, for your friend, as it is in front of you. So the picture stay in your mind. They say the child also, whatever he saw, even he doesn't know, but the picture stay, and he will get use of that. When child get older, then what is the responsibility of the parents? As long they get maturity not for the baligh, but maturity for the children, when they know which one is beautiful, which one is not. They know what is the useful for them and not. In 5, usually 5, 4, 6, it depends on the age and the personality of the child. They said in that time they have to be trained. Even when they want to enter the room of their parents, they have to get a permission, especially 3 times. Any age, when he understands do and don't do, when he knows this is don't do it, and he can remember it. Sometimes you tell the child, do this and don't do it in front of you, but he can't remember it after that. So, but when he came and he can remember what happened yesterday, what you told him before, he will, in this age you have to stop him not to enter your room before he knocked the door. One lady from Ansariya, she came to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, and she told him, Ya Rasulullah, أكون في بيتي وقد لا أحب أن يدخل علي أحد فيدخل إلي أقاربي وأقارب زوجي فهل أستطيع منعهم? She said, sometimes I stay home in my house, I lock the door, and I don't feel that I need anybody to be around me. I want to be alone. I have something to do for myself. I have right to stop people not to enter. He said, yes. He said, you have right, and lock the door and let people knock the door when they enter. Many houses, many families, they feel bad when they lock the door, but it's open and everybody here enter. And this is when it is open and everybody enter, from the relative, the brother of the husband, his cousin, and from his relative. And if she said, please wait, knock the door, he's going to tell her husband, and he'll get angry. Why you push out my relative, my brothers, and become very big, and what she can do? And anyway, in the level, in the age of maturity of the children, they have to learn. In Surah Nur, they said, ثلاث عورات, 3 times you have right to ask the children to knock the door when they come to your room. بعدهن طوافون عليكم, And after that 3 times, what is the time? After the Isha prayer, بعد صلاة العشاء, before Fajr prayer, وقبل صلاة الفجر, وحين تضعون ثيابكم من الظهيرة. Afternoon, when you want to take rest. So from the after Isha prayer until the Fajr prayer, this time nobody has to enter to the room, even from the children, until they get a permission. They have to learn. And in the noon time, when you return back, you want to take rest. Also, they have to knock the door. They have to learn. This is to create the dignity with them. And when they get older and they start to know their friend, when they are very small, they can play. When they don't know anything, they can play with any child, boy or girls, it doesn't matter. But when they get their maturity and they know what is this and what is that, they try to distinguish between boys and girls, and they know what is the difference between them. Then you have to separate them, not to play with each other. And they have to play with the girls only. Even with the girls, you have to select a good friend to them. You have to know that the girls who she play with them, or the boy who play with the boys only, not the boys who are using the bad word, bad language. They have respect in their personality, and they have their dignity. They have already learned. They have been taken care by their parents. They know, and they are very quiet. In this way, you can save and encourage your child. When they get older, when they get bulugh, when they become baligh, and then, of course, from 9 for girls, 14 for boys, then they have to start all ahkam. There is no easiness with them. He's still child, he doesn't know. And then he has to understand, and you have to teach him what is the Islamic rule when you talk with somebody he's older than you. How it starts? It starts from the relationship between the children and their parents. As long they are not mature, they're crying, you cannot stop them. But when they get their maturity, you have to tell them, this is not nice. Discuss with them, this is not nice, this is not right. And he will learn step by step. When he gets his bulugh, he has to understand, he's become kamil, baligh, and he has to practice Islam now. After that, then his relationship with his father, with his mother, with her father, with her mother, has to be respect. The full respect, not to speak loudly than their voice. When they want to talk to them, it is not Islamic that the girl or the boy who's sitting and her parents standing talking to her. They have to stand. From this way they will understand how to respect the older person. When they enter, they have to say salam. When they leave, they have to ask them to say salam for them to leave. It's a very simple thing. Maybe we teach this, but without understanding, is as a tradition, not as Islamic teaching. Say salam, but what is the meaning of salam? Why they have to stand? And how, when they see the old person, his grandmother, he has to deal with them more, to respect them more than their parents, because they are older. And they have been respected by the parents themselves. And of course, it depends on the personality of the parents themselves. When they get older, then when he learned it from very beginning, he will get it by himself. And then he will practice it by himself. In the ayah that I have read in Surah Qasas about the story of Nabi Allah Musa and Nabi Allah Shu'aib alayhima wa ala nabiyina afdalu salati wa salam. He came to that well, to the bi'r. He saw that there is 2 girls, they are waiting, and all people fighting for the line. And they are waiting for somebody, the special people, they are very powerful people, they have to move the stone from the well, because if they leave it, maybe the animal will drop there. So they have to keep that well clean, and they put the big stone, and nobody can move it. 2 ladies, they can't, so there is a special people, the shepherds, they have to come when they want to give a water for their sheep. They have to, 2, 3 of them, they have to move it. And Musa alayhi salam, he saw all people fighting for the lion and waiting for that for those shepherds. They have to come and to move, and the two ladies standing alone. It was a strange picture. See the dignity, see the teaching of the Anbiya. And he saw, why this lady is staying alone? And these people fighting for the lion, men and women. They have to take their lion to give the water. They took water for their house and give water for their sheep. He came and he asked them, ما خطبكما؟ قال لا نسقي حتى يصدر الرعاء وأبونا شيخ كبير. You see the answer, the question and the answer. He didn't came to ask them, what is your name? I'd like to know you, to make a friendship with you. You are very beautiful, you are very quiet. This is the way of people, how they open the conversation. This is the will of the shaitan. I like to speak to you. You are very nice. I saw you are very quiet. I really impressed in your personality. Yeah, I saw you as different from... No, he said, ما خطبكم? What's your problem? He came to help. He came only to help. Because if somebody is not saying like this, he's not polite. Doesn't need to be polite with these people. Anyway, he came to ask them, ما خطبكما? What is your problem? What is the answer? Look to the answer. When somebody, he has his dignity. He came, asked the question. Answer was, لا نسقي حتى يصدر الرعاء. We don't want to go to fight with the shepherd. And the question in his mind, why you are coming to give water for your sheep? Why not your brother and your father? This is inside the question. ما خطبكما? What is your problem? It means a lot. Why you are here? Why there is no your brother, no your father here? They give him an answer. Even he didn't ask. He just said, what's your problem? They said, لا نسقي حتى يصدر الرعاء. We don't want to fight with the shepherd. And our father is too old. He's old person. They already answered. They give him to take a doubt from his mind. That means if our father he's healthy, he will come to do it. We don't need to come. And they came two, not one she came. And when they come both of them, they can watch each other. From this way we can understand the girl has not to be alone. And they stay out not to take the water. Water is there. Even they will take time, but it doesn't matter. And then what he did, the shepherds, they didn't come. He came by himself and he moved it. And any person, when he has this power and he moved the stone, of course people respect him. And he has right to take a water first. And he told them, come here. Your father is old. I will do help for you. And he gave them water. All the shepherds, and for them, they returned back early. You see, the parents also is very important here. When they saw something's not normal, they have to ask why. No, that's okay. They are very happy. They come early. Go to do something else as long you have enough time. No, they ask why you come early today. This is the question has to be there. If they come early from the school or come early from anywhere, what happened? This is the responsibility of the parents. In this way they can encourage them. They can push them more. They said, what happened? They told them there is a person. He asked us this question. They told the complete story. He asked us the same question and we answered him this, and he did this for us, and he tawalla ila dhil. He moved to the shadow and he sit there. He has nothing to say with them. Quran doesn't mention anything. And then the father, he asked them, can you describe him to me? He's from here or he's a stranger? They said, no, he's a stranger. He's gharib. We didn't see. His face is not from us. And then he said, whatever he said nothing. That means he's a saved person. And then when he said his daughter, he sent one of them. He didn't send two. Then after he trusts him, he knows that this person, if he has bad intention, he will start from that time before she leave home, before she return back. And if he has anything to them to waste their time, he will hold them to give them a water, and then to take the rest of the time for his benefit, for his enjoyment, to talk to them, to work with them, to do anything. But nothing, just he gave them water and he left. This is the teaching of Quran. This is the lessons that what we have to learn. And then he sent one for them. They said he wanted to check him, whether when he saw them two, he didn't talk to them. Maybe when he saw one, he's going to talk to her. Because sometimes people, they hesitate to speak with two if they are two. They like to speak with the girl or with the woman when she's alone. And he sent one. He wants to check him to see which kind of person it is. He's honest, he's true, a good person or not. And what she did, she didn't use the opportunity to be free from her sister. Nobody watched her. He said, فَجَاءَتْهُ إِحْدَاهُنَّ تَمْشِي عَلَى اسْتِحْيَاءٍ. She came and she with the shine. تَمْشِي عَلَى اسْتِحْيَاءٍ. You see the description, it said walking with haya, with the modesty. How? Walk is a walk. But the walk for somebody he has haya is different for somebody he doesn't have haya. Even by walk is different. When somebody, you see the ladies, this is a gent's side and that one is the lady's side. When one sister, she has to talk to her husband and if she wants to call him, some of them, they cannot come to the door also. She stay out or far, or she doesn't know, she tries, she doesn't know what to do. And some of them, maybe they push the door and come, please come here. It's haya, honestly. This is the way. How the ladies, they should have their haya. It doesn't mean they have to be scary. They have to have a very weak personality. No, they have to be very strong personality. Haya is not weak, is separate from the weakness, different from the weakness. Doesn't mean you need to be weak. You have to be very strong. When you need to talk, you can talk with the full personality. You want to give a speech, you want to advise, you want to tell with the full personality. Whether it's a man, you know him or you don't know him, give the complete information that you need to talk. Don't talk more than what you need. But when it comes for the situation, because it's possible when you push the door, there is a man coming out. And you don't need this. So you try. You see, this is the way, or different way. Of course, everybody, he noticed the ladies. جَاءَتْهُ إِحْدَاهُنَّ تَمْشِي. When the walk is different, that means the whole personality is different. When there is the modesty or there is a haya, she will feel maybe her face is different, maybe her looking is different, maybe her walk is not running very fast. Also, when somebody is happy, but somebody he has haya, he walks very slow. He has a doubt whether he has to go or not. What to say? It's difficult to face the man. This is the haya in Islam. فجاءته إحداهن تمشي على استحياء قالت إن أبي يدعوك ليجزيك أجر ما سقيت لنا. She told him that my father, he called you, he want to help you or to give you the rate of what you helped us. He said, fine. Of course, he doesn't know the way. Where is her house? And usually the guide has to walk in the front and you have to walk behind him. When somebody comes to your home Islamically, don't let him enter before you, because you are the owner of the house. You have to enter first and guide him in the house. Don't ask him, please come in. Of course you love him, you respect him, but not come in. You have to enter first. If there is anything wrong in the house, you have to correct it. If there is any lady they are not covering or they are sitting, they don't know. So you have to inform them. Maybe sometimes respect people. Well, come. And you ask them to enter. No, you have to go in the front. You have to enter first, and they ask them to follow you and tell them, I will guide you. Maybe you can be more polite to tell him, sorry, I walk in front of you, but I have to guide you in this way. It's an Islamic manner, Islamic teaching. When you want to leave the house with your family, don't them leave first, because there is many ladies, they have to be open door for them, and he has to hold the door and she has to leave, because this is the respect of the woman in the Western society. She has not to open the door for him. Not he, she has to open, and not he or not she. It's not a matter of who's going to open the door. The matter who's going to get out first. That means who's going to protect the family. Well, as long as they are inside of the house, they are protected by the wall, and he's there. But when somebody wants to leave, the father or the brother has to leave first. When they want to return back home, they have to enter first. Ladies has to enter first, and he has to be the last one if there is any possibility for them. This is the Islamic manner. They have to know. They have to enter first, and the man has to enter the last. So what happened? The guide has to go. So she walked in front of him to tell him where is her house. And then wind starts very fast. Usually when you are walking and the wind behind you, your cloth will touch with your body and will show the size of your body. And of course he's walking and the wind starts and he to ask her, stop first, please. He said, what do you want? She said, please walk behind me. And you direct me. In the story what they mentioned, they said, please, I'm walking here, you walk behind me. And you tell me where is your house now, how I have to go left or straight or right or what. She described to him. He told her, I already memorized the description of the direction of your house. If I get mistake, you don't need to talk to me. Just shout, just throw one stone in the direction that where I have to go. You see the dignity in Islam. They mentioned the story. After she gave him, he go in front of her. She stayed behind him, and she went. And he told her, give me the complete direction. She gave him, and he told her, if I get mistake, throw the stone in front of me. That means he doesn't need to talk, because this is will start. The conversation will start from which one is very difficult, is so far, is so high, is very fast. It is, and then they will start. Shaitan will come. Even he's a prophet. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will select him because this is the teaching. This is a lesson from Quran what we have to learn. And then they came until he arrived. When he asked him, فَلَمَّا قَصَّ عَلَيْهِ الْقَصَص, he told him, what is your story? You are a stranger here. What happened to you? How you came here? He told him, this is my story. I escaped from Pharaoh, from Egypt. And this is the whole story of my life. He told him, لا تخاف, don't scare. نجوت من القوم الظالمين. You already saved now here. Anyway, the conversation is stopped. His daughter immediately, she knows her father is old. He needs somebody to help him. And these people cannot be trusted. Nobody help him. She told him, يا أبت استأجره إن خير من استأجرت القوي الأمين. He said, oh my father, you take him to help you. Rent him. This is the translation. Or use his time, rent his time. Let him work for you. Let him help you. And what she said, she didn't say, please take him, and she keep it quiet. She gave a reason why she requested him to use him, to help him. She said, يا أبت استأجره إن خير من استأجرت القوي الأمين. He's the best person. He's very powerful and he's safe. He's very safe. They said her father turned his face to her. What you mean? She gave him two description. Qawi and Amin. Qawi, fine, he moved the stone. He understood. This story has been mentioned before. When they came, they told him. What happened? They told him that we went there, we stay out, and there is one person, he's sitting under the tree, and he came, he saw us, he asked us, what's our problem? We told him the story, and he moved the stone by himself. When there is many people, they need to move it, but he moved it by himself. That means he's strong. There is no doubt. He didn't ask why you said he's strong. He agreed that he's strong. And she said, إِنَّ خَيْرَ مَنِ اسْتَأْجَرْتَ الْقَوِيِّ Amin. Amin, how? Who said? He's a very good. He's safe. He's honest. And he asked her, how you know? I know that he's strong when he moved the stone, but how you know that he's safe? He's honest person. She told him the story when she came. She said, I came to call him, and I walk, and the wind started, and he asked me, please stay, walk behind me. And I have to walk in front of you because of this reason, because he doesn't want to see the size of the body when the wind starts. And he told me, he doesn't want to talk to me at all. And he said, give me the complete direction, And when I gave him the condition, he said, if I get mistake, just throw your stone in the other direction. I will pay attention. I'll know from this side, not from that side. And then he agreed. And then he talked to him, I want you to help me for 8 years. على أن أنكحك إحدى ابنتي هاتين. He said, I have 2 daughters, and one of them, he didn't tell them who. على إحدى ابنتي. He didn't tell, I'm going to give you this or that. If you like to marry it, and you are strange. And he told him, he checked him, he saw him. And they said, when he wants him to start with him, he told him, I think, are you agree to help me in the sheep? He said, yes. He said, there is a place, there is a small room. I have some stick there. You go and you take one because you need it to take care of your sheep. He said he went there, and one stick, it was in the front. He took that stick and he said, no, don't this one, return it back, take another one. And he threw the stick, and when he want to take another stick, the same stick comes to him and he hold it. He came to him, he didn't pay attention, he saw the same stick. He came to him, he said, I told you not this one, return it back, take another one. He returned it back in the way that he didn't pay attention, and he saw the same stick in his hand, and he returned back, and he saw the same stick you are taking, what's happened, what's wrong with you? I told you not this one 3 times. He said, I change it. This is what I throw it and I take. And then he understood that Allah subhanahu, because this stick is said is from the inheritance of the Anbiya. And when Shu'aib, he himself, he confirmed that he is the one that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him the inheritance of the Anbiya, because the stick comes in his hand. Allah told him, Allah showed him the sign. And then anyway, we understand from this story how the relationship between men and women, how they have to be. There is a lot of things we have to speak about them in our life, in our society. Many of them, I try to mention them, but just one by one for your understanding. For example, first of all, you have to come with the dress. Forget the hijab. It's not a matter of hijab itself. The dress itself, when the woman she using very tight dress, when the woman she using the very colorful dress, and make people looking all, for example, all ladies, they are wearing very plain color without any reflection color, and she's wearing some different, all people, of course, odd among them. Islamically, they said for the woman, if you use this type of a dress, it is haram also. People, they said, what's haram? Everything haram, haram, haram. The dress in the market, there's the clothes, there's the material you want to wear. Why everything make it haram? Haram when you may attract the people. You are all different from them. تشبه الرجال بالنساء, النساء بالرجال. When the man, he wear the dress of the woman, woman should wear the dress of the man. It's haram also, both of them. If the man, he wearing something, just make people look to him, it's haram also. You see, take a lot of things. Of course, forget the conditions of the hijab itself, to be thick, to be wide or loose, or not to be tight. So this just takes some other thing. The makeup itself, the perfume, many of them, they put perfume, and they said, المرأة ملعونة تلعن المرأة إذا تعطرت. If she put a perfume and she show herself, or تستعرض الرجال بعطرها, it means that she come close to the man, or her way is close to the man, and they will smell the perfume. Also, this is haram. She has to take care of that. She doesn't need to do this. The makeup itself for the girl before marriage, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said, وَلَا يُبْدِنَ زِينَتَهُنَّ إِلَّا لِبُعُولَتِهِنَّ إِلَّا مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا إِلَّا لِبُعُولَتِهِنَّ. There is 2 conditions. The things that has been appeared, that's okay. And the ornament, they want to put it for their husband, not to put it to show the people or ladies, or to tell them that she is more beautiful than them. This is also, they have to forget it. Other things relate to haya also. As we said, the relationship in the house, the food itself, when you eat something, And when you go to some kind of meeting, gathering, restaurant, parties, the mix with the man with the woman with the man also, talking, when they knock the door, how to answer, how to speak on phone, how to answer on the telephone, how to receive the message. You're supposed not to speak with the man more than what you need, not to stand and to talk, and he's a friend of the family. He's not a friend of a family, but you have to know what is more, what is the important and what is necessary that you have to talk. A lot of things, if the people, they take care of it, they will see that their children, they will learn from them. The society, they will learn it indirect. It's not necessary sometimes to say this is haram or that haram, but from the behavior of the people will learn. And this is what people have to understand, especially in Ramadan, what they have to practice, especially in the holy month of Ramadan. The aim of the mu'min, he wants Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept his dua. His dua, Allah, he wants him to accept that whatever he wants, Allah will give him, especially in the third 10 nights in Ramadan. المؤمن في رحمة الله ما يسأله يعطيه. سلوا تعطوا, whatever you ask Allah, Allah will give you. But if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala angry from you, you think he will give you? If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he's not happy with you, you think whatever you ask him, you will get from him? Of course, you have to prepare yourself. You have to wear whatever he likes. You have to behave as he wants you. You have to pray as he wants you. You have to know what he wants from you, and then whatever you want from him, he will give you. And this is the really great opportunity for the mu'mineen, just to control themselves in the holy month of Ramadan, and they will see how much Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he loves his servant, he loves the people, and they will see the difference after or in the end of Ramadan. This is what Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, he said, للصائم فرحتان فرحة عند إفطاره وفرحة عند لقاء ربه. فرحة عند إفطاره, there is two happiness for the people who keep fasting. One, when he completes his fasting in the end of Ramadan, he will be very happy that he complete one fard, one wajib. And wajib also, what's the wajib? Because man sama shahr Ramadan lillah, if somebody he keep fasting in the holy month of Ramadan for the sake of Allah, and to get the benefit of the fasting. What is the benefit of the fasting? To get more patience, to train yourself, to remember the hunger, to remember the day of judgment, to be very humble, and to learn a lot of things in Ramadan. If you got that really right fasting, you will be happy in the end of Ramadan. And there is another happiness in the day of judgment. You will see how much Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prepared for you from the reward, and then you have your green card to enter from the special gate, from the gate especially for الصائمين. هناك باب في الجنة اسمه الريان لا يدخل منه إلا الصائمون. فمكتوب عليه طوبى للصائمين. It's happiness, congratulations for the people who keep fasting in Ramadan and get the benefit of the fasting. They can free enter from that gate. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give all of us the benefit of this holy month, and to reward us, and to get a very good lesson inshallah in this month and in this night, and accept our dua. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين واخذل الكفر والكافرين. اللهم ارفع كلمة الإسلام واجعلها العليا، وأدحض كلمة الباطل والشرك والنفاق واجعلها السفلى. اللهم انصر من نصر الدين، واخذل من خذل الدين، وأهلك من أراد السوء بشريعة سيد المرسلين. اللهم انصر عبادك المجاهدين على أعدائك الكافرين. اللهم انتقم من صدام وحزبه من الظالمين والمجرمين. اللهم انتقم من اليهود والصهاينة المجرمين. اللهم انصرنا نصرا عزيزا وافتح لنا من لدنك سلطانا نصيرا. اللهم إنا نرغب إليك في دولة كريمة تعز بها الإسلام وأهله وتذل بها النفاق وأهله، وتجعلنا فيها من الدعاة إلى طاعتك والقادة إلى سبيلك، وترزقنا بها كرامة الدنيا والآخرة، وإلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات ومن مات على الإيمان، وإلى روح شهداء الإسلام. رحم الله من يقرأ الفاتحة قبلها الصلوات.